Hello there and welcome to World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. We're here on Sacred Valley War and I'm in a KV5. Now I really don't like Sacred Valley War. I think Sacred Valley War takes whatever elements out of Sacred Valley that made the map usable. Like the buildings, the villages around the various scattered around the valley at the various locations, and which provided cover, broke line of sight, allowed you to get out of detection if you were detected, and therefore evade the guy that was shooting you from across the valley. Gave him the choice, of course, of waiting for you to be reacquired by whoever was spotting you, or just move the building that you were last seen driving behind. So the Sacred Valley War variant is still based on the original Sacred Valley map that was used on the Xbox when Sacred Valley was brought in. I don't know if it's different or the same as the PC map. I haven't actually played on that. I haven't played much of the PC game really. But update 3.0, which is recently introduced into the Xbox, has changed the Sacred Valley, the basic Sacred Valley map, now War variant. So I presume the War variant will also get changed. This whole area has changed radically. And I think probably for the better. It is, I suppose, less of a one-sided kind of affair at the moment. There's a huge advantage to the north spawning team if they get up onto this area and the actual northwest corner. And before the enemy tanks do it, and they can usually easily do it, as long as the enemy doesn't have basically a large force of medium tanks to actually rush up to this position before the north spawning tanks can make it. So heavy tanks trying to push up along the west get absolutely annihilated. They get shot at from the top up here, they get shot across the map from the position just south of the cap. They can, even if the north spawning team make it down to the southwest corner, they can shoot across into that location as well. So I'm here on a KV5. And I decided I'd vacate this position really, because I'm not achieving much, and I'm about to head south.
Enemies looking right at us.
So now I suffer basically all the consequences other people do get going up, except I'm going faster because I'm going downhill. And I'm in a KV5, which is better armoured than most tanks. We'll be trying something like this. So I stop for a moment, see if I can hit that A44 that's down there, spotting me. Taking quite a bit of fire from various people, most of whom I can't see, and then artillery joins in the fun. Artillery's knocked a big chunk off my hit points and can quite easily wipe me out. In situations like this, there isn't a whole lot you can do about artillery. It'll hit you or it won't. The best chance you have is basically keep moving, preferably in a non-predictable fashion. So I managed to get a good solid hit in the artillery there, but I didn't wipe him out. If I'd had the opportunity to load high explosives, I might have managed it, but there's a cost in that as well. If I took the time to load the high explosives, I probably wouldn't have got the shot in the artillery. I've actually managed to get some damage in because the enemy was trying to be more spotted. Not sure what the Tiger thought he was doing, but it was not the smartest of ideas.
Ready to fire on target.
and I'm getting a reasonable amount of hits in. I'm also still taking a lot of fire, but the artillery is probably too busy evading. Or was actually been wiped out, is it? Yeah, looks like it's gone. So I've actually not actually taken a whole lot more damage. I think a Tiger has managed to knock some more hit points off me. That bounced off my engine deck, I think. And we're actually managing to pull ahead a little. So I've decided to push forward. No point hanging around here getting killed. You might as well go right up to the enemy's face and get killed.
Enemies looking right at us.
I really hope they institute the changes in this map that they have done with the
We lost the target.
with the regular one. I think would be a massive improvement. I don't think the war variant actually does anything for this map. Some of the war maps
Fire on target.
make a difference. Some of them are just don't. I mean, I don't think, say, War Pacific Island or War
Releasing target.
Airfield is significantly different from the non-war versions of those maps. Now, War Insk is, I think, quite interesting. It took me a long time to actually take a shot at Insk. I like Insk now, but I was very poor at city fighting when I started playing Insk first, and I really didn't like Insk. But I did like the war variant. Mostly because, again, it cuts lines of sight and it shortens the engagement ranges, and I was able to handle it a lot better with the time. I've gotten better now, so I can actually handle regular Insk a lot better than I used to. But I think some of these war variant maps do make a difference and are, like I said, interesting. I think War Insk is, for instance, one of them. I haven't played regular Runeberg as compared to the war variant, and I think we won't be ever, or at least while the Xbox 360 is around, getting the regular PC version of Runeberg, because I think it exceeds the memory capacity of the 360. So here we have, we've won. I got 3,000 points damage over it, and I got 6,570 blocked damage, which I think is the most I've ever blocked in any tank in this game so far. We're on the assault version of Severogorsk, so I'm again in my KV5, down on the southwestern side of the map. Now, Severogorsk usually resolves into an attack forming along the 1-2 line, or the 8-9 route, with maybe the odd light, medium, tank heading into the town, followed probably by more tanks heading in the late game. But people generally don't attack en masse through the centre. Too many spots for ambushing, difficult to manage, difficult to anticipate what's going to happen inside the town, which is why I think people avoid it, although I don't know, it could be interesting if a 5-man platoon actually tackled this map by just tearing through the town. Something with a bit of coordination. I've decided to guard the western side. No particular reason, I just decided to do it. I just spawned on that side and I decided to go that way. I often actually do that. The side of the map I decide to go on or exploit, depends on where I spawn in the lineup.
Target is moved away.
I suppose another reason would be that if I went for the road on the east side, I'd be basically at the back of a queue of tanks. It's quite a narrow front there, and I sometimes feel if there's too many tanks goes in one direction on those kind of narrow roads that are closed in by cliffs on both sides, they actually start coming in each other's way. So we have a hand of Stalin moment there where I've knocked half the health off that Achilles.
Locked and loaded.
Firing on the move with a Russian gun, and then of course I missed completely on the light tank.
Unlocking target.
I try and follow him around, but of course my turret rotation is so slow that it doesn't really work out, and he basically charges into the middle of our tanks
Releasing target.
and doesn't survive. Does he survive? Not sure. See, yeah, he's gone now.
Damn it.
Land a lucky shot on the lower front plate of the Tiger 2. It wasn't where my reticle was pointing at, but it's where the shell went in.
Their sights.
Of course, then when I had the reticle pointing at the commander's cupola, the shell hit the rock beside him.
Target locked.
Tiger 2 gets shut down from possibly artillery,
Ready to fire on
and
target.
I finish off the Achilles.
They've spotted us.
But Achilles really has no business being that far forward. He's light armed, terribly mobile. He's got a really good gun. He should have been finding a spot at the back where we're shooting at what these guys were spotting at. So he shut down another German tank
Right at us.
who didn't quite pull back far enough, and I was able to hit his turret even with the poor wind depression and the slope of the terrain being against me. I'm not reloaded in time to get the second shot off on this guy, so he's gone behind a building up here, and I decided to push up on top of him. I seem to be the spotter, so I'm picking up some spotting damage. And I've seen that there's a Tiger revealed further up the road. He's probably on the cliff edge there, trying to get some shots into people in the town. German medium behind this cabin here is getting a right roasting from the middle of the map. I could probably have shot through the building, but decided not to. And the Indian Panzer doesn't do any damage to me at all. And then the Tiger pops out for a shot, and I decided I'm going to take on the two of them. Come on lads, see if you're hard enough. They don't pop out the corner again, although both of them would have reloaded and they could have gotten another shot in. He looks like he was going to try and circle around me and then changed his mind. He's taking some more damage for his trouble. Now he's going to circle around behind me from this direction. But it's not going to do him any good because behind the KV5 isn't much better than being in front of one. Now I donked the shot that I intended to put into his engine cover and actually hit his turret. I just left the turret rotate a little too far. I tend to use auto aim to bring the gun to bear and then try and un-auto aim it to take a shot on a spot that I want. It's something I've been doing recently and I probably need a bit of practice. I managed to do more damage with it there by reverse ram than I managed to do in the last couple of shots that I fired. So I think that one hit his tracks, bounced off his front. And a solid shot on his commander's cupola. The Tiger was shooting at mine, but
Track is good to go.
the command cupola of a KV5 is not actually a weak spot.
Focus attention
I
here.
do very slight amount of damage there off his turret, and then I push him up against the cliff to get a good angle to shoot through the roof of his turret. So I rammed the Tiger, but the Tiger is a big, heavily armoured tank, and I don't actually manage to do a lot of damage. And now he's circling around behind me. He gets rammed by a medium on our side, which
Track's up.
has
Let's
effectively
go.
no effect, except to kill the medium.
Gun loaded.
And it's now just a matter of taking my shot when it's maximum, and I get my fourth kill. So the remaining action is the other side of the map, and I'm unlikely to get there to actually take part. It's not a fast moving tank. Oh, I can get up a fair turn speed going downhill. Forward or reverse.
Focus on this area.
So, GG. We
Great job,
have
man.
another victory. And that one was quite exciting, I thought. 80,000 credits, 3,000 damage, high caliber, scout ribbon, fighter, first class mastery, steel wall, 1,000 spotting damage, 3,820, which is a respectable blocked damage, but not up to the last battle. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please press like if you liked the video, and love if you subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.